cells.
Hi, my name is Roland Leggat from Insight Australia. I'm a modern workplace specialist, and today I want to talk to you about Microsoft Excel. A lot of us use Excel, and statistically we only use 10% of any particular software. We may all use a different 10%, but we only use 10%. So what I want to do today is spend some time showing you my favorite 10% of Microsoft Excel. And we're going to look at flash fill, which is a way of auto-populating columns with information, allowing us to pass information from other columns across. I want to look at quick view to easily create pivot tables. I want to show you how to import content from a PDF or tables from a PDF. We'll also look at the new Lookup functionality, as well as naming different cells and absolute and relative values. So let's check that out now. Well, here I am in my OneDrive, and I want to open the spreadsheet, Northwind Traders June expenses. When I click on it, it'll open in the browser version. The browser version of all applications, as a rule of thumb, has slightly less functionality than the full-blown app that runs on your desktop. So when I go to editing here, I'm going to say open this in the desktop app. And when I open it within the desktop app, I get the full functionality, all the bells and whistles of Excel. And I want to show you a couple of my favorite things of Excel today. So for example, here I've got some expenses that have been downloaded. And in column B, I've got some information that's kind of difficult to read. I mean, I'd really like to go over to column D and start to pass the information from column B across to column D. So I can start typing in here, John was spending money on advertising, then Jenny. But as soon as I start typing in Jenny, a feature called flash fill kicks in. And flash fill is trying to help us with editing. So if I simply hit enter there, it's going to take Bill, Sally, Paul, and insert all of the details from column B, pass them through into column D. Now if I go to column E and I type in advertising, down arrow, start typing in events. As soon as I start typing in events, it says, hey, I see what you're trying to do by passing that information from column B across to column E. Hit enter, and wow, now we get this whole column filled up. This is impressive across 20 rows, but when you see it across 20,000 rows, it'll really blow your mind. Now I'm looking at this information, which is a bit easier to read now. And when I highlight this range of cells, on the bottom right-hand corner, the quick analysis tab comes up. I click on the quick analysis tab and it says, would you like to do some visual representation of that data? So I can do data bars to see how much money was spent, colors, icon sets. This is a quick formatting thing, so not all of them are relevant, but I can do different clusters, different charts. I can get totals. I can do tables. Spark lines on this won't really show me much, but if I go to tables, for example, I can create a quick and easy pivot table here where I can go and I can say, let's deselect everybody except John, and we can drill down and see how much money John was spending. Okay. Another thing that I like doing is using this function command here. So if we go back to selecting everybody and this function helper over here, if I want to insert a function, I just type in, I want a sum of that. Click on go, and it says, you want the sum. I click OK, and then Excel is smart enough to say, hey, what I think you're trying to do is you're trying to calculate everything in column C. When I click on OK, it totals up everything in column C for me. I can also go through and look at something like the new Lookup function with this function helper here. and it's saying, right, you're looking for advertising from the following lookup array, and this is your return array. So XLOOKUP is really a combination of your HLOOKUP and your VLOOKUP. Other things we can do under the data tab, we can go through and we can insert different data. Now we can get data from lots of different sources, but one of the things I need to do a lot in my job is extract data from something like a PDF. So I'm going to say, yep, import data from a PDF, and I've actually got a Windows 11 comparison table in here. And if I click open there, it'll go and it'll pass through that PDF file and say, hey, I found a bunch of tables in here. Which is the table that you wanted to insert? Oh, table 3, that's the one that I want to insert. And it's going to then load the contents from that PDF, but not the whole PDF, just from the table that I've selected directly into Excel. So there's a lot of things that we can do in an Excel environment, and we can go through and use this function helper. It really is a great tool for when you want to improve your function capabilities in the Excel environment. And Excel's got some smarts built into it where we can do things like tracking of our data, tracking of our expenses. We only generally use about 10% of each application. We may use a different 10%, but we only use 10%. So I'm giving you the 10% today that I know and love in Excel. So those are a few of my favorite things in Microsoft Excel, but there's so much more to explore within Excel. Now, when using Excel, remember, don't email out that spreadsheet to 40 people in the organization, because by close of play today, there'll be 17 different versions of that spreadsheet sitting on people's desktops, in their mail, in their OneDrives. Rather, share that Excel spreadsheet from SharePoint, from OneDrive, or from Teams to make sure everybody's working on the latest and greatest copy. Have fun with Excel. Thank you very much.